Yes, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the morning show, Stock Market TV. Spencer Israel, Steve Strazza. JC Parets is still off doing something. Maybe he'll join us, maybe not. He'll be back regardless on Monday. Actually, we're going to have a weird week next week. Haven't talked about this a whole lot, but next week is our next portfolio accelerator event. We do these 3 times a year. Almost everybody is going down to New Orleans next week. Except for me. They're leaving me home. But Steve will be there. JC will be there. Pretty much the whole crew will be there. So we'll have a show on Monday. And then I don't know about the rest of the week, frankly. We'll have to figure that out. We'll figure it out later and or on Monday. But we got a show right now. I got Steve here. I got Kenny. I got Alfonso. I got Chat. So let's go. Let's dance. Let's do it. Oh, the bull market. Are those the crypto glasses or the bull market glasses? Or both? Are they the same?
These are the rally shades.
The rally shades. Okay, sorry.
But you're right. Happy Crypto Friday, everybody. What a week it's been for the bulls.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of weekly charts up, but I'm just looking at my dailies, I can pretty much gather what how the week compares. And yeah, it's been a pretty epic week for Ethereum. It's been a pretty epic week for Bitcoin. It's been a pretty epic week for pretty much most things, I think.
It's been a good week for a lot of stuff, a lot of growthy stuff, a lot of risk on offensive stuff. I wrote about Thailand last night. When we're talking about things like the MSCI Thailand ETF at the top of a leaderboard, it just speaks to global risk appetite.
When you know.
Ethereum, what else is there to say? When's
Dude,
the last
shout out to Louis. I don't think Louis is going to join us today. I know he's traveling, but man, Louis was pounding the table on this like a month ago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louis, man. Cheers, mate.
We were all like, what? Coinbase down 1.5%. They did just have earnings. It was fine. Earnings was absolutely fine. Revenue came in pretty much where it should have. They were looking for 208, came in at 203. The market takes it easy on Coinbase based on the cycle. If this was a rip-roaring bull cycle and altcoins were working and they come out and miss, the market would kill it, right? This is a bull market stock. Look at how Coinbase does in quarters when cryptos are ramping, and look at how Coinbase does in quarters when cryptos are dead and nobody's trading them. Very different performance. So they're figuring that out internally. I'm confident that they will, right? They're trying to find different revenue drivers that can help diversify their mix so that they are less tied to the market cycle for something like crypto. That would be a rather risky, wavy business, right, to be in. So they're smoothing out their earnings and revenues over time, but they still, are either a big deliverer during good times or just not that great during tougher markets for crypto. So the market, I think, is kind of looking through this quarter and waiting for the next crypto quarter.
Yeah. That's so like you said, it's a top line miss and a bottom line miss, and it's down like 1% today. So, you
don't own Coinbase's stock. Trust me, because I own it and I've owned it for a long time now. You don't own Coinbase's stock for the last 3 months or for the past quarter. It's not what you're in it for if you're a bull. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do a little state of the markets, and let's get the lay of the land on a Friday.
I will say, Alfonso, add your charts to the deck from last night. We're going to talk about the next Mag 7 a little bit here.
Oh.
Fonz is going to come on. Yeah, he wrote a great post about this.
All right. Let's talk about something.
All right, you want me to state the markets?
I'll state it. Right, everything is up except for the dollar and than Shanghai on my screen.
All right, S&P 500 futures up slightly here, 0.20%. NASDAQ futures up a little bit more, 0.23%. So it's pretty flat open. Spencer's talking about currency markets, dollar down slightly. Euro probably getting a little pop here, up 0.25%. Japanese yen up almost 0.5%. Bitcoin, great day yesterday. Pretty much flat here. Heading into the open, up 6% yesterday, though. Something like Solana, it was really more of an altcoin story yesterday, which is what you want to see, and you're getting follow through from the best alts today. Solana's up another 4 or 5% here, was up 11.5% yesterday. Something like Sui just continues to be one of the best ones, was up 21% yesterday. Ripple was up big yesterday, another 2.5% today after 10% yesterday. So the cryptos are really working here. If we look through to commodities markets, I continue to find oil and gas really interesting here. You're getting a little scoop. You had this bullish momentum divergence, like they couldn't take oil down. We had also bullish intermarket evidence in the form of a divergence from energy stocks, in the sense that energy stocks are holding up pretty damn well, actually rallied nicely off the lows and held their gains, while crude oil went on to retest its lows from last month. So that divergence really stood out. Now you're seeing crude oil catching up a little bit, up 1.5% here today after a really nice candle during yesterday's session. Crude was up about 4%. That stands out. Copper, big indecision candle so far this morning, up about 0.5%, but still in the middle of this really sloppy range. Gold continues to be the best game in town. Commodities markets up about 1%, just about 1% here this morning. Silver following, up 0.75% here this morning. So commodities looking better, I would say, Spencer. It's been a mixed bag, and that probably continues. And when you look over international markets, I don't have my international watch list. So if you look over
pop quiz, hotshot. What is the only U.S. sector down in the last 4 weeks?
Europe's trending well today. The only U.S. sector down in the last 4 weeks?
Yep.
Healthcare.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Too easy. It was too easy.
That was an easy one, yeah.
That was easy. Yeah, all right.
German DAX, new highs here. So Europe, just like new highs, new cycle highs, new all-time highs, monster base breakouts. It's really been the best place to be. Continues. You look at something like IFA, really not giving much back at all after this massive breakout. So looking pretty good here. I wanted to just tease the conversation we're going to have with Alfonso later.
Yeah.
So he put together something that I thought was really cool yesterday. Throw up the next Mag 7. Can't see you, JC.
Yeah, JC just hopped in, but I can't see him.
Throw up the next Mag 7 index. I want to talk about this. What is the Magnificent 7? What's it mean to you, Spencer? What is it?
What is the Mag 7? Well, I guess it would be this group of 7 primarily tech companies that are far and away the largest in the world. But I guess now that I think about it, it's unclear to me if the Mag 7 is referring to like the top 7 automatically or just this specific group, right? It might. I guess I don't know. Maybe it is this specific group. Maybe it is simply the top 7. I don't know.
The most valuable companies in the world because they're the best companies in the world, right? These are just companies that operate at massive scale. They tend to be huge ecosystem plays, and they keep growing and growing almost like to infinity, and they defy all the laws of fundamentals that we learned, right? That's going to happen again in the future. And it's not going to be the same basket because they're already worth several trillions of dollars, these Mag 7 stocks. We made a list of the next Mag 7s, ones that are similar ecosystem plays, right? Have incredible scale opportunities, already growing, already on their way. A bunch of these are already 100 billion. Fonz is going to come on and talk about them, but this is just an awesome list of secular growth leaders. What happens is to become a Mag 7 stock or these next Mag 7 stocks, in order to get that big for your market cap, you have to be a leader. You have to be just a chronic outperformer, and that's what we're looking for. So we're always kind of looking for new names, and I think Fonz came up with a basket of names that's pretty hot for the next $1 trillion club.
JC in the house? Is this true?
Sup, gentlemen?
I can't even make a good point. I'm over here trying to announce this new custom index that's just so cool, and you're trying to come on to steal my thunder. You can't even let me do it.
First of all, I was in the chat saying how dope that is. So whoever idea that is, nice work. That's fantastic. I love that.
Yep.
Should we do a ratio of the OG Mag 7 versus the juniors and see what that looks like?
Sure. We could do all sorts of things. We could do
You
whatever
like what I did there with the ratio?
We could color code the chart. Put a little rainbow on it.
Let me tell you something. Sean, me, Sam, and Grant ate so many crabs.
Who ate the most crabs? You? It was you.
Probably Sam, to be honest.
Bullshit.
Because we were doing a dinner, so we had crabs first and then went to the actual dinner. And it's fantastic. Can we just talk about crypto, please? So you want to talk about momentum thrust on that ETH BTC ratio. Bitcoin dominance has peaked. You're looking at crypto punks, new 52-week highs priced in ETH, priced in dollars, breaking 100,000. Solana in the 170s. Like, come on, man. Like, how is this not the biggest thing going on right now?
JC, the chat said that I do not respect the total crypto market cap because I didn't call out the total crypto market cap today like you always do.
Dude, total crypto market cap ripping. By the way, you want to talk about how important that is? Notice how total crypto market cap found support at all that former resistance. We were talking about it, but you saw it like it actually happened. So
this is the first time Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin for a day in 4 years.
Well, by this magnitude.
Oh, I get it. I know.
Yeah. So then what about
Breath was really good too, though, over the course of the past day and a half. I mean, it was just a sea of green in altcoin world. Double digits across the board.
Dude, total crypto market cap 10 trillion. Why not?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Ethereum at $1 trillion. Why not?
I'm on board. 4x. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, and think about it. Like, people are like, all right, GC, what does that mean? What am I going to do? Do I buy Bitcoin? Like, it's not even about that. Like, if crypto's going to 10 trillion right now, it's at 3.2, 3.3, whatever it is. Think about the implications. Think about all of the things that are going to be impacted by a move like that. Think about coming into the year where, like, what if the dollar falls apart? What are the things that are going to benefit the most from a dollar falling apart? This is kind of like one of those thought process. Like, it's not so much that we're going to short the dollar. There were a zillion other things to do. This is like that. It's not so much like we're going to buy total crypto market cap. It just gives us so many opportunities. You feel me?
I love it. So you're still in the MicroStrategy, right?
I am. I mean, I got calls that don't expire till this summer, so I'm trying to be greedy.
Yeah. What, you feed the ducks a little bit here soon? Probably.
I haven't fed any ducks.
Me either. But if
no ducks have been fed.
If Bitcoin gets back to those highs, right? I'm feeding ducks.
Remember last week or earlier this week, you were getting mad at me. You're like, "Whoa, Bitcoin!" I'm like, "If Bitcoin's not above 90, I don't want anything to do with it." And you were like, "But it's the best asset." I'm like, "Yes, the best asset if it's above 90."
I've been there. I'm in.
How about the fact that you think MicroStrategy is going to zero, but you're super long? How about that?
I think that's great. It's hard for some people to understand, but
I just think that's such a beautiful thing. Like, that's so beautiful. Like, Strazza thinks it's a zero, and he's super long. I love it. I love everything about that.
I'm up like 60% on my MSTU trade that I entered after I made that call, after hearing Michael Saylor at Future Proof. So, I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. So, Superman says Netflix is already in the Mag 7. No, it's not. It's in the next Mag 7.
It was in the precursor. It was in
Netflix was a FANG. Netflix was a FANG, not a Mag 7.
Calm down, Jim Cramer. Okay. Mag 7 does not include Netflix, but it does. Our Mag 7 include Broadcom.
Are you asking? Or are you telling?
I'm telling you.
Oh.
All right. I just wanted to say hi. Have fun, guys. Adios.
Hi. Enjoy your crabs. Must be nice. So, not a bad list. It's also aligned to Strazza's CEO man crushes, Smash said.
The universes are converging. I see what you did. Okay.
Bonds made this. So
Oh
I very much approve. It's not mine. I didn't do it. So I'm not the only one who must have these CO man crushes.
no,
Ask Alfonso, he'll be on soon.
to
What?
JC's point in our little private chat here, the whole junior concept is a great concept. We already have junior gold miners, right?
That's right.
We have junior Hall of Famers, right? You basically do a junior version of a bunch of different scans. Why not do the 2-100 is just a giant junior mega cap list, right? So why not just do a junior mag 7? It makes sense.
We're always looking for the next big thing. I was talking to some of the guys yesterday on the analyst team. I think it was Alfonso. He said to me, look at Amazon and then go look at all the other Amazons look at Mercado Libre and what Shopify has done just this cycle versus something like Amazon. Look at what C Limited is doing. Look what Coupang did just the other day, right? He was basically making the point, like, everybody's out here talking about Amazon, like Amazon, these US investors. There's a handful of online retailers overseas that are doubling, tripling, quadrupling the performance of Amazon that nobody wants and nobody's talking about. They're the next Amazons. They're the Amazons of whatever country or region of the world. They're going to give you a lot more juice, a much higher beta. In bull markets, you would rather own more of those than more of Amazon.
Sometimes the easiest thing is just the most obvious thing, or vice versa. The most obvious thing is the easiest thing, right? You just gotta look at the winners and hold on, right? It's not. This doesn't have to be rocket science, right?
You made money in Amazon. You're a U.S. investor. You've been in Amazon 5-10 years. You made so much money. You love Amazon. You don't want to sell Amazon. You consider it your baby. It's been good to you. Take some of that Amazon money and redeploy it in Alibaba. Let Alibaba be good to you over the next 5-10 years. Take some of those Amazon profits and put it in C Limited. Make a bet on the emerging consumer economy in Southeast Asia. There's more to this investing landscape than just the United States, Spencer.
Well, everyone knows that there have been pockets of outperformance for years. For this entire bull market, there have been pockets of outperformance, moments when China took center stage for a couple of weeks, or Europe, but it never sustained itself, at least like this, like it has now. So I think that's the rub. That's the challenge for people like me, is it really hasn't. This is the first real. Not even. It's been a month. It's been more than a month, but you get what I'm saying. I think.
I don't have any thoughts on MSTY. Do we think small caps play catch up here? Maybe, but you don't play small caps at the index level. It's just a bad index. It's not built well. You want to go and pick the strongest small cap names. There will always be outperformers there.
I mean, the Russell's hanging neck and neck with the SPY or the S&P. It's right with it.
It is. It has been. You're absolutely right. There are opportunities in small caps.
They're right there.
We're buying small caps out here like every other day. A little spice is nice, but you got to pick the right ones. You got to pick the good ones. And I have a problem with this next comment. I really disagree with this. Crabs, bull market meal for sure. Anything. I don't want to have to work for my food. Okay.
Isn't crab also just like the most plentiful, therefore the cheapest seafood there is?
They're bugs,
right?
It's delicious. Don't get me wrong, but any meal that comes with like a side of wet wipes, I don't know if it's really a bull market meal. You got to get your hands dirty. I don't know.
Yeah,
probably not the best take. Junior bacon cheeseburgers. Shout out Junior bacon cheeseburgers. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, there are more bull market seafood or bigger bull market seafoods than crab for sure. Crab is like on the low end of the spectrum.
Yeah. I need some of that umami, right?
Okay,
give me some uni.
That's fair.
Caviar.
Look, it's a supply and demand thing. There's too many crabs, right? There's so many of them.
It's amazing if you watch these Planet Earth videos, the way that not just humans eat crabs. You heard about like stone crabs? They'll take one claw off, throw the bastard back in, let them grow another claw, and then take it the next season. You heard about that? You know about this?
No, I haven't seen.
They're not even taking the whole crabs. They just want the claw. And there are animals out in the wild who do that too. They'll get the crab, they'll just yank his claw off, and then let him go, and they grow their claws back.
Earth, man. We are all citizens of Earth. What can you say about it?
I don't think I could grow an arm back, Spencer, if I lost.
Nature is crazy. Nature is crazy. You're speaking of crab, you're going to be eating a lot of seafood. Next week.
Yeah, I'm ready
So
for it.
you better save yourself. You guys are going to a seafood boil. You're going to you're eating like all the New Orleans style food, all the gumbo you're going to have. It's going to be good. So
I feel like you have FOMO already.
oh, well, I've never been to New Orleans, so
Wow.
I would have liked to go. Not in the cards for me this time. Next time, I hope. But
Sean's like texting me about like, yeah, meet me in the French Quarter. I'm like, dude, back up. What is a French Quarter? Like, where am I? I don't know.
You guys are staying in the French Quarter. I don't know if you knew that.
I found that out.
Okay, yeah. You're
All right.
staying on Bourbon Street.
I'm probably gonna eat somewhere I could walk to Monday night.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Really? Walkable?
On Bourbon Street? Sure.
We're like close to it though.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think I'll have a good time.
Yeah. All right. A couple other things that are on my radar this morning. Watching Pinterest. They were able to give guidance again. Snapchat, what the heck? But Pinterest gave good guidance. They're up 12% this morning. The Trade Desk up 14%. I guess the whole digital ad market is doing pretty well. What else do we have here? Lyft having a good day, up 10%. GoGo. Remember GoGo Wireless? Remember that? It's up 20% this morning. What's on the downside? Anything interesting? Expedia down 10%. That's kind of the only one that interests me on this list. Nothing. I don't know. We're now that the Mag 7s of most of y'all reported, we're kind of done with the cool part of earnings season. We have retail coming up next week. Walmart is next week. That's important. And then we'll get all the rest of the retailers after that. But not much today, besides Coinbase, which we talked about.
We had earnings bonanza earlier in the week, so yeah, quiet's down coming into a Friday. Jason Huang, DM me. I'll tell you, Little Palm Island is just one of the classiest establishments where I live. So good for you. I mean, that's where we were for the symphony, Spencer. I mean, this property in the upper lower keys, just elegant, just perfect. They got little key deers running around the beaches, swimming in the water. It's really good to take you out there on a ferry. Good for you, Jason. Enjoy. Wish I was there with you. Shout out.
Someone in the chat is asking what the event is. Here, I'll drop the link in the chat. It's a little bit late to be coming now since the event is next week. But if you want to be at our next event, which is going to be in September in Toronto, check out the link in the chat. We'll talk more about that as we come up to it. But yeah, Toronto in mid to late September.
I'm gonna go to Toronto.
Do you have a passport?
Yeah, I got a passport.
Okay.
I mean, I have a passport.
Not everyone has, or maybe it's expired. People don't know. People don't look.
Oh,
just double check, man. Those things expire. You know,
I might be expired because I was close to expiring when we were in Asia. And I haven't left the country since.
They creep up on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those expirations. All right.
Well, it's good to have a passport, Spencer.
It's
good to get out. You know, I like to get around every now and then, check out some new places, meet some new folks. I wrote about Thailand last night. I will never forget the feeling I had when Sean and I were touring around city to city, running around like crazy guys from Manila one day to Kuala Lumpur the next day to Ho Chi Minh the next day. And we were giving presentations at the local CMT chapters in each of these major cities. And it was a little depressing for me because I wanted people to like me. I remember being up on stage and thinking like, I hope they like me. So I wanted to say nice things about the local markets. The problem back then was this was summer of 2023 and there was nothing good to say. Spencer, I'm telling you, it was a deep, dark bear market out in Southeast Asia. The currencies all look terrible. The local indexes look terrible. The ETFs look terrible. The individual stocks, the ADRs that existed looked terrible. Japan was really the only place as an early cycle leader that we could go and say nice things about. So I've been waiting for this day for a long time to say nice things about these Southeast Asian countries because I'm really interested. I'm all in. I loved it out there. I think these are some of the most exciting, emerging countries across the world. Some of the best growth that you'll find, right? I mean, this is really emerging. It's super risk on stuff. So it's for me. So I've been waiting for these countries to start working. Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, they're all now at the top of the leaderboard. Just in terms of best bounces off the lows. These have been some of the strongest countries. All the Southeast Asias off the lows from a month ago. 20%, 30%.
Yeah,
Even
okay,
Hong Kong is
but
like
but
22%.
if you're like most people and you miss the bounce in Thailand, you know,
50. Buy weakness to 50. You want a little momentum, right? You want things to big moves start with big moves. So you want it to start this way. It's never a bad thing. Coming off a nasty downtrend like this, that kind of a momentum thrust can only mean one thing, right? It's the exhaustion of the existing trend. And the existing trend, just look at this chart, Spencer's very clear as day, was down. So you get a big swoosh move lower, whipsaw move higher, momentum now in the opposite direction. That's what we call starting line momentum. That's an initiation reading. So you're seeing it across the board. And there's big levels that you could play these things against. Vietnam too, the VNM ETF, really clean level, held in at some lows, firing higher. I really like Malaysia. I like the Philippines too. EPHE. There's vehicles, that we could use to build some nice baskets. We talk about them all the time with premium members. Shout out C Limited. Just yelling about that one.
What would you do? What would you do if they don't come back and retest those lows in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, you just pick your spot, right? You would enter via some sort of short-term continuation pattern. You'll get a coil here along the way, right? If this is the real deal new uptrend, it's going to coil and go, and you play those coils. You enter on a resolution of a coil. That's how I typically do it. Okay. And if you don't get a retest again, and that's not a reason to not get in. It might be more of a reason to get in and just pay a higher price for it. Listen to the market. We can't impose our will on the market, Spencer. When you try to impose your will on the market and you think that you're guaranteed a retest or something, you're going to be a very frustrated person because the market doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about any of us. It's going to do whatever the hell it wants. In fact, the greatest quote, one of the greatest quotes on Wall Street is from the Reminiscences book, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator.
Which I have still not read.
Oh,
it's on my it's on my list, man.
It's just the best story of what not to do and how not to be, pitched as a story about the greatest trader on earth. So he said the market is designed to fool most people most of the time. The market is designed to fool the majority. If everybody's thinking retest, guess what? You're not going to get a retest.
Yeah.
It's on the wall in my office, that quote.
I'm sure it's a great book. I have to read that. Okay, let's talk to Kenny Glick. Then we'll bring Fonzie on, and then we'll get out of here. I think we both want to be active at the Open today. So let's see what's going on in Kenny Land.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Whoa, Kenny. Whoa.
Morning.
There we go. You with
Hey.
me? Hey.
What's up? Am I there?
What's going on?
Hey,
You're
what's
here.
up, man? Hey, guys, buy stocks. I'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Later. Market never goes down, everybody. Congratulations. You won. I'm actually I'm not even joking. Yeah, I'm taking the day off. I'm sick of this bull market already. But
Dude,
more importantly,
tomorrow,
ladies and gentlemen, if you guys got 2 hours, what we're going to do is from 12 to 2 p.m. right before Yacht Rock, I'm going to go over the last 5 or 6 of these trades, the setups, where you should have been buying, where you place your stops, what you expect. And you'll see right on the chart where you're looking at the 1 minute and the multi-day VWAP, where basically you know where to buy, you know where your risk is, and you know where your targets are. More importantly, we're going to show you how to address if you missed the opening session or the pre-market session. In the middle of the day, you generally get a refresh of those same trades, and you're able to take them again like yesterday, because yesterday's afternoon was pretty special.
So this is a 2-hour class, but actually, really, Kenny, usually almost always it's more than 2 hours. And he holds them regularly. You can join. You can just get the class, or you can get the class and Kenny's room. You can actually take what you learn tomorrow and apply it with Kenny and his members on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's the link. It's in the chat. It is on the screen. Kenny, we'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, before we go, I'll show you one chart. Right,
Yeah.
here you go. One chart. And I'm pretty sure you guys are in it already. And its name is Coinbase. Pretty popular stock, right? So here you go. You see why we're in it right now? You have your reason to buy. That's the blue line break. The consolidation under the VWAP is where you sell it if you're wrong. And the orange line is where you generally go to. And look how easy. Trading. It's simple. I'll show you how simple it can be. And when it works like that, you know, that's what's great, because when these trades work as easy as this one is, there are days where you have some frustration. Like yesterday morning was pretty frustrating, and then it got better. So again, I'm going to address all these trades. And again, you could do it with any price level, any stock, futures also, and I'll show you also a little bit about options if I have the time. All right. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
It's so easy. A caveman probably could do this, actually. Probably. So again, the link in the chat, the link is you can also go to hitthebid.com and email us with any questions. Questions at Stock Marketing Media, info at Stock Marketing Media, and we can answer any questions that you might have. But Kenny he's the most bullish bear I've ever met in my life, and we love him. So I'll be there tomorrow for sure.
This Coinbase report was actually quite good. When you dig into it.
This is the
excellent
take that you have. I didn't look into it beyond the headlines, so I don't want to comment because I don't know. So tell me.
Monthly transacting users increased 9.7 million. That's up 20%, 21% year over year basis. Assets on the platform, 328 billion. Trading volume, 393 billion. That's both double digit growth. They have
but that's always going to go up. That's always going to go up.
They have $10 billion in cash right now. $8 billion in cash, and another 2.2 billion USDC.
I was going to say, how much of that is cash? How much of that is a stable coin?
It's cash. It's all cash. 10 billion.
Okay.
But here's what I'm talking about in terms of their profitability based on the crypto cycle. So net revenue was up 2 billion, up from 1.6. That's great. But net income was only 65 million, down from 1.2 billion in the prior year period. So everything's working. It's just the business is growing. They just can't make money when it's not a bull market, when the altcoins aren't firing up.
Maybe this is a silly question. What would make it a bull market then? I mean, Bitcoin has come roaring back.
No,
right?
No, because they're not about Bitcoin. Coinbase is an altcoin play.
All right, so it's not about Bitcoin. It's not about Ethereum. It's about everything else.
All of them.
All right.
Transaction revenue is up 17% year over year, and the subscription services is what's really awesome about what they're doing. It's why they're on the next Mag 7 list. Maybe I had a little bit to do with that one. 37% growth in the subscriptions. It's going to be a cash cow business for a long time.
Because I don't know, because I use Coinbase, but I don't pay for it. Is this data? What is this?
No, I pay for the Coinbase One subscription. If you're making a lot of transactions, you get your money back real fast.
Okay,
$20 a month.
Cool.
You have to, otherwise you're going to get shitty fills. But you just described why Coinbase is valuable. Your Coinbase.
My wife is shitty crypto fills. That's my life.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. But you're a Coinbase user. Do you see yourself being not a Coinbase user in the future? Is there a reason that you would leave the platform? Would you go somewhere else?
I already did go somewhere else, but I probably wouldn't leave Coinbase. I would just add a new place. So I added Fidelity like a year or two ago, or whenever they launched their crypto thing. So I've got Fidelity crypto. I've got Coinbase. I've got some other really random crap that you don't want to.
I got some random shit too.
Well, I got the spot.dog. I got the I got the Uniswap. The random stuff, right?
Say less.
Yeah. Don't need to talk about that, but no.
I don't know if Fidelity is really like, you can't buy a fart coin on a Fidelity.
Hell no. No, but I've got
They're not
my real quote unquote real crypto money is split between Fidelity and Coinbase. And
Yeah,
no, I probably would never leave Coinbase. No.
Coinbase has a first mover advantage. Their customers aren't going anywhere. In fact, they're just increasing their subscription revenue on those long-term loyal
I
customers.
think it's no different than any financial institution. Most people are loath to even leave their shitty bank. How many of you actually like switch banks? Like I switched banks when I got married. That was my excuse, right? I didn't really leave. I'd been
People
at
are
the
lazy.
bank my whole life, right? So that was my excuse to, but no, who actually switches banks? Who switches anything?
Coinbase already won the war when it comes to crypto. Like it ended like years ago. It ended at a time when nobody could see it because they were getting harassed by the government. That's how funny, but they were well on their way to already winning.
Will the Bitcoin this is from Superman, will the Bitcoin ETF steal Coinbase business? I don't know how that would even happen. It would
They pay Coinbase.
It would only help them.
Coinbase is the ETF administrator for all these things. They're making money on all these ETFs, Coinbase.
Aren't they also the custodian? That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a deal with BlackRock about this 3 years ago when everybody hated the stock.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, I mean Bitcoin.
Shout out Brian Armstrong.
Crypto ETFs
It's a great vault.
That's crypto adoption, and crypto adoption is good for Coinbase. So it probably is only a good thing. All right.
And listen, and Hood is great. I'm in. I'm playing it through calls now because I'm just so late to this party. I get it, but Robinhood's very different from Coinbase. Robinhood right now, they're doing everything right. It's working. The platform is it's awesome. It's really good. I'm not going to lie. I got an account. I started dabbling. I was like, ooh, this is great. Because I have to listen to Patrick talk about it every day. So over here trading Robinhood futures, staying up all night. Crazy, man.
He's trading Robinhood futures contracts, or he's trading futures on Robinhood.
Pat was an early adopter of the Robinhood. He's been telling me since like last year, you got to get involved in the futures trading on Robinhood, and they just keep adding assets.
Yeah, I mean, I did that a little bit during the tournament, but I haven't been back. So
he's trading equity index futures, not sketchy shit like fucking Rory McIlroy futures like you.
Oh, okay. Well, they have a lot of stuff.
Making money on the Knicks?
I saw there was a thing about the Pope and how you could bet on that.
That's crazy.
My
Hard Rock Bets account is also at all-time highs right now.
My sports gambling is extremely cyclical and it's very event driven. I think I'm like a pretty typical sports bettor in that I really only gamble like a half dozen times a year on like, and I'll go full tilt for like a week and then I'll just forget about it for like 6 months and I'll go full tilt for a week and then I'll go, it's very, very,
I used to do that.
Yeah.
Right. I used to be my own manager.
Right.
Now I got a guy now. Me and my buddy, we got a guy. He's real good. And we're full process oriented. Spencer, he sends me the picks. Actually, I do. I have rules. I won't fade. I will not fade New York sports. So actually, I was right the other day. I didn't take one of his picks. But I'm just going. I'm position size and everything equal. Right. Sometimes he gives like a conviction bet. You double it up a little bit. And I don't even think about it. I don't watch the games.
I have some very close friends who are in one of these. They pay for this service. He's basically doing arbitrage. He's just arbing the spreads against different platforms, and I don't have like the mental bandwidth to do that to participate.
I don't even think about it. I get a text and I just put the bet on.
I know, but you got to be quick though, and I just don't have like the mental bandwidth to like. But apparently, it's like these guys, my friends are kicking ass, and I'm like, great for you, but it's not for me.
Whoever these professional gamblers are making these picks, they're good. This guy went 20 in a row. He had a 20 streak last week. That's ridiculous. I don't. So.
I have enough like juice in my life, like with like the the fart coin and the butthole, and I don't need more juice in my life. You know what I mean? If anything, I need less juice in my life. Give me some dividends.
One thing I usually do that I didn't do this year, and I'm very, very frustrated with myself right now, is I usually dabble a little bit with some futures on my favorite teams, like just for fun, right? At the beginning of every season, I'll put on a futures for like winning the NCAA tournament or winning the NBA finals, but I didn't do it with the Knicks this year. Would have been good.
I wouldn't have bet on the Knicks. I didn't very clearly, right? And emotionally, I was already hedged. Like 6 months ago, I was already hedged. So
I'm calling it Knicks in 4. We're gonna sweep the Celtics. Fuck Boston.
okay, we shall see. We'll find out. We'll find out a little more tomorrow night, won't we? All right, hey Fonz, why don't you come on out, share a couple charts, and then we'll hop out in a few minutes. All right, cool.
Bonds.
What's up?
The bull market in grinders over, down 12% pre-market.
I was going to mention that. I knew somebody might say something. I didn't. I didn't say anything, but
that's fun. Fonz, talk to us. What did you do here? You made a good one.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we were talking. I mean, in the past couple of weeks, we have been, working, creating some custom indexes. Last week we created like a custom speculative growth index with a lot of ETFs. And this week, we came with the idea of creating, the next Magnificent Sevens, the next company that will dominate the world in the next decade. I know Rick has been working on this too. He has a couple names. We disagree with some names, but yesterday we came with 7 names: ServiceNow, CrowdStrike, Uber, Palantir, Coinbase, Spotify, and Netflix. I think these names and these companies have all the ingredients to lead in the next cycle. And not only because of the fundamentals. I know you're a big fan of that, Steve, and that of course supports. But when you look at the price chart, they look incredible, to be honest. So this is just a custom index, and it tells a good story. It's present against new all-time highs. It's when you look one by one, they have been showing relentless relative strength, and that makes me think these ones will lead the way higher. So
I love this. It's such a good list. And when I look through the names, I genuinely think every single one of these is already on a path to $1 trillion market cap in the future.
Yeah,
I know people are going to laugh and say that's crazy, but the majority of these are actually already on their way. Okay, give them a couple cycles and watch. Spotify and Coinbase are going to need to do something more. I don't know if there's enough there for Spotify, right? But these businesses grow and evolve over time. So there's no reason why Spotify can't start making original content or something in the future and compete more with the Netflix, right? But right now, I don't know if that market's quite big enough. And Coinbase is going to have to find new revenue drivers, which I'm confident they will because the audience is there. And they're going to have to do more, maybe even in different markets in the future. And I think they will. So those two, I think, maybe take the longest. But the rest of them, Palantir's not at $1 trillion. A cycle or two from now, I'll be pretty surprised. Same with ServiceNow, frankly.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. So let's take a look at the market caps. Netflix 400, almost 500 billion. Palantir 280, ServiceNow 200, Uber 172, Spotify 132, CrowdStrike 105. So the upside potential, just think about the upside potential these companies and these stocks have. And one of the disagreement with Rick yesterday was should we include Coinbase or should we include MicroStrategy, for example? And I think Coinbase it's more a bet of on crypto in the future. I think MicroStrategy it's like its own animal.
MicroStrategy would never be on this list.
Yeah, I mean it's
conversation
with asteroid, right? So it doesn't make any sense for me to have MicroStrategy here, but
these are scalable ecosystem plays, right? They're backed by real fundamentals and mega trends, right? Secular growth stories. MicroStrategy is a financial leverage story,
so right?
It's very different. It's not in the conversation.
It's its own monster, its own animal. So yeah, I like the Coinbase as a betting on crypto and Bitcoin and all that stuff. So let's take a quick look at each one to see how price looks like. So ServiceNow, retested the prior cycle high from 2021, now bouncing higher, back above the 161 extension level, around 930. I think this one, could go much higher. And any thoughts on this one?
I love it. This is early AI leader. This company's doing everything right, led by one of like the most OG CEOs in software. Just a lot to like here.
Dude, remember how hated software was? Right?
Yeah, I do. Axon, shout out Axon. I mean, that's been a great stock too. But police body cams ain't gonna get you to $1 trillion.
Someone mentioned it. Oh yeah, Axon. Wow, I forgot about that stock. No, software was like AI was going to kill software. I thought, right? Wasn't that the narrative?
AI is going to help create some beautiful software services like ServiceNow's doing. ServiceNow was one of those names that was mentioned first and foremost on the early NVIDIA calls. If you were paying attention and listening to the NVIDIA calls from 2 years ago, they told you all about ServiceNow. Jensen Huang would come on and pound the table about ServiceNow every quarter. All right, what's next?
So next we have CrowdStrike. When speaking about cybersecurity,
remember when CrowdStrike blew up and it was over?
Yeah, and then it had a nice comeback. Now pressing against new all-time highs, consolidating, and digesting some of the recent gains right at the 161 extension, near 425, 430. This one has a lot of potential to breaking out.
That hack, Spencer, if you think about it, this stock deserves a higher multiple now. That hack is one of the best things that could have happened to it.
I don't think technically it was a hack, but I hear what you're saying.
Imagine the staying power, right? So we now know, we're 3 quarters out, that their customers are sticky and they didn't go anywhere. That's good to know if you're an investor.
That's the thing about the cybersecurity. Like, there's not that many.
Where are you going to go?
Right. There's not that much competition. Like, how many? Remember a few years ago, Fastly had the same thing. Fastly had a glitch and they shut down the internet for a day. And like, they're like the nuts and bolts of the internet. You know what I mean? It's like,
could it be that they're the best one? They're just still not perfect.
Yeah, but like, where else are you going to go for this stuff? There's really not that many large companies that can do this. That can do what they do.
That ended up being a great thing that happened to them because it gave investors insight into just how durable their revenues are. So next.
And I think the fact that it took how many months? 3 months for it to less than that, right?
This one's just V's and V's and V's. This one's just the big V daddy. CrowdStrike.
Yep.
Great stock. Great.
So next we have the Uber. Probably one of my favorite charts out there, consolidating in nice range above the prior cycle highs, right below the 161 extension. That this is what we call like a base pattern. And you break it above 87, I think it will, we will embark on a fresh and strong uptrend on the Uber.
I mean, for the amount of talk that we do about Uber, it's a little bit surprising to see it in this prolonged sideways base. But if you feel like you missed out, then this is your chance probably right now.
This one's been sideways for over a year now. It's just breaking out. It's a beautiful base on base pattern.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next, we have Palantir. Everyone
what more needs to be said?
So yeah, exactly. I mean, the relative strength here, it's off the charts. Everyone expected, to have a deeper correction, but it's not. It's making new all-time highs. It's right there. So this one has all the ingredients for a future leader. So
it's interesting. This is by far the most expensive stock in the world, just like so many Mag 7s were before it. 10, 15 years ago.
I guess you know what? Now you got me curious. I'm gonna go look that up because now I want to know what
did Amazon not trade at a Palantir valuation 15 years ago?
I don't know, and I'm gonna go look it up.
Did Google not trade at a Palantir like valuation back then too?
Let's find out.
Just saying. Market's good at pricing these things in years and years ahead. What else? What's next? Let Spencer go fact check me.
The
Yeah.
Coinbase, everyone is waiting for this base to complete about 360. That's where this key resistance level is. So everyone is waiting for this base to complete. As we mentioned earlier, for me it's a bet on crypto and digital assets. So this one deserves to be here. It needs some work to do. The market cap is not as high as the other ones, but has the all potential, and it is like a disruptor in this new digital asset, crypto, Bitcoin. So this one deserves to be here, in my opinion.
I think this summer is going to be for the cryptos. It's going to be an altcoin summer, right? It's going to be a Solana summer. And just imagine if the altcoins start going again, and we get some sort of big bull run like we saw in 2020, 2021, this base breaks out, and who knows what Coinbase will be worth.
Yeah.
Because these guys start printing money when times are good. So if people are out here talking about Bitcoin 1 million, how about Coinbase a couple thousand?
Yeah, that's
Those
true.
two things happen together.
It could happen, and it could happen very fast. So
I'd rather be in Coinbase than Bitcoin. What's next?
Next, we have Spotify making new all-time highs, strong uptrend. Just look at the, this strong uptrend since it bottomed in 2022.
I use Spotify maybe once or twice a month. When I'm taking profits, I send you guys, the Pet Shop Boys, right? Opportunities, right? I'll throw up Spotify. I'll listen to some tunes, and then I'll forget that I have it, and I pay for it. And I've been paying for it for probably like 10 years now. I don't even think about it. I don't even know what bank account it comes out of. I don't even see it. I'm like, and it's one of those things where it's like, I really don't ever use this. But would I cancel it for whatever it is, $8 a month, and lose all my watch lists and stuff? I'm probably going to pay for Spotify and almost never use it until the day I die. Great business.
I think, and Jeff Mackey says this as well, I think our media subscriptions are really more staples than discretionary.
Yeah.
People would rather cut a lot of things before they cut their Netflix or their Spotify or their HBO, whatever the hell, or their app, whatever they're paying for, right?
And these are AI plays because you know how they get you to stay? They get to know you. They tell you what you like. You build a little library. You have like a little list of your things, right? And it's just convenience over time. I have my watch list of songs that I used to listen to 15 years ago. It's still sitting right there, right? They lock you in with that kind of stuff. And with AI and software getting more powerful, those tools that they're going to put on you as a customer to keep you to stay, to make you sticky, they're going to get just incredibly, incredibly good over time. No?
Yeah, that's right. Every time that you get a little bit bored or whatever, then it comes with a new feature, and you stayed and stayed and stayed. And
or what happens?
That's how it works.
And Spencer gets this because he probably pays for way too many subscriptions too. Every time I cancel one, the very next week I need it for something stupid. Like, the Billy Bob Thornton show is back. I got to watch that. I got to get Paramount again. It's just ridiculous. So they just when you thought you were out.
And speaking of subscription, the Netflix, of course. I mean, making new all-time highs. The relative strength here, has been really impressive, and it has all the ingredients. It's breaking out back above the 161% extension level. Yeah. Strong uptrend, making new all-time highs on a relative basis. Speaking of leadership, Netflix is one of them.
This company is so consistently bad at making original content, and it's still the second streaming service I pull up on any given night.
They have a lot of bad stuff. This is true.
they just inundate you with content. They're just throwing so much at you, and there's always something new. It's just content overload.
That's right. And the amount of, because my wife watches the reality TV stuff, and the amount of new every week there's like 5 new reality TV shows that
what's her favorite? What's her favorite? We're big F-Boy Island people.
Yeah, she's already passed all that. Yeah, she's onto some she's on like the C list, like the Netflix C list, like reality TV shows, and it's like,
What-
yeah.
What's
I
the
don't even
one-
I don't know what they're called. Don't even ask me.
What's
I
the
don't know.
one with the couples where they make each other watch each other cheat on each other? That one's good.
I don't think we've gotten there
That
yet.
one's good.
All right.
You know,
Wait,
JC was a reality TV show star many years ago.
Yeah,
JC actually starred in an MTV reality show called Dismissed back in the day.
That's right.
Have you all know?
Wait, real fast. Going back to the PE conversation. So Alphabet, I'm doing trailing, not forward. Alphabet's PE peaked looked like in 2018 at 65. Today it's 17.
There you go.
Apple's PE was actually much lower back in the day. Amazon, I don't think this data is right. I think it doesn't account for their stock split. So if I divide it by 20, I get 40.
Amazon's was higher than any of them back in the day, probably.
Okay, then maybe the data is right because this is saying this is trailing PE was like
Amazon
900.
Yeah, dude. Amazon was ridiculous.
All right, it was 900 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I wasn't like really paying attention to that. So
It sounds really high, Spencer, but
900? That sounds high to you?
it
Yeah.
was over 100. It was over 100 easily.
Okay. I mean, sheesh, man.
How about Meta? Do Meta now.
I didn't do Meta
Meta
yet.
had a silly one too back in the day.
That's the one I forget.
Meta IPO'd. I'll never forget. Meta IPO'd was 2012, 2011, 2011,
It took a solid 12 months for that to get back over its IPO price. I remember that.
I was living at Fairfield Beach at the time trying to trade that IPO from a laptop, and it just broke every system, the IPO. It was like the worst botched IPO of all time. You didn't know if you had fills. They filled you like 2 hours later or like that afternoon. It was just, I'll never forget that. FB. The good old days.
That's right. And then they paid, I believe, Roundhill. They paid them a couple $1 million for that Meta ticker.
I left Fidelity back then and didn't go back for many, many years because I was so angry at how they handled that IPO.
Meta's PE.
And then they sent me a huge check in the mail like 4 months later. I don't know. There was some sort of class action suit. And I felt bad. They paid me back and then some.
Good job.
It took a while.
All right. Meta's PE in 10 years ago was 100. The high was 110 in November 2015.
Yeah.
Today it's 23.
So Palantir is a lot more like these Mag 7s than y'all might think. Isn't that right? Well on its way.
I see a lot of discourse on the internet, mostly Reddit, about PE ratios, and a lot of it is Palantir because it's so high. I think most people they either put way because it's the first thing that most people learn about fundamentals is ratios because they're pretty useful tools, but they're not the end all be all. They're not the law of the land. It's one thing, right? And it's really only useful in comparing companies to other companies that are in the same industry group. So,
here's what it is too. It's not useful in comparing companies with different growth rates either.
No, it's
Price
not.
to earnings does not incorporate the most important thing, which is growth. It's a snapshot of a place in time. This was earnings.
That's why there's the price to earnings growth ratio.
PEG is far more powerful, right? Just divide that by the growth rate, and that right sizes a lot of these ratios based on growth. Because if Palantir's out here doubling their top line, doubling their earnings quarter in, quarter out, right, doing the NVIDIA to us, then shouldn't they trade at a much higher multiple than a company that, not that there's anything wrong with growing at 20% top and bottom line like the rest of the Mag 7s, but if you're growing at 100%, you deserve to be trading at, I don't know, 5-10 times the multiple. I don't know. What's the number? Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows. That's the thing about fundamentals. What do you do with them?
I mean, you can use them. They're great tools, but you can't.
They're fun facts. They're really fun facts. I love talking about fundamentals.
Yeah, I do. I do too. But it's not the end all be all. People think fundamentals tell them what a stock should be, not what it is.
Guys.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah. Wait, real fast. There's a couple questions in the chat about the Asia doc. It is still in production. It's on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. Me
and Sean walked off the set. We said, forget about it. It's been 4 years. It's never going to happen. We'll do another Asia trip maybe in the future. Maybe that'll have a documentary.
It's on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. I hope we can come back to it later this year, but it's on a bit of a temporary hiatus as we sort of work some things out.
We have more important things to do, Spencer, is the truth.
Yeah.
run
Like-
around Southeast Asia, giving presentations at CMT chapters.
Like Breakout
Best
Multiplier,
foods you can.
which, by the way, if you missed Steve's video from yesterday, I was there too, but it was mostly Steve. I'll drop the link in the chat. You can watch the replay. Have Steve kind of show you how he, what he saw to start buying puts and then start buying calls, and what he bought, how he found these trades. A lot of it is about volatility or lack thereof. And he kind of walked through the process yesterday. Totally free. Streams on YouTube. Link is in the chat. All right, it is 9:33. We said we'd get out before the open. We failed, but let's get out now. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going live with Jeff Mackey at 11 o'clock today to talk retail earnings. So I'll see you guys for that. But other than that, we're done here for the week. So we'll see you on Monday. Thank you for watching. Drop us a like if you be so kind. We'd appreciate that. Enjoy your weekend. Yellow responsibly. And any last words?
Beware of the V. It's happening.
Beware of V bottoms and V necks. You don't want them to go too deep, Okay. Adios.
Bye, guys.
I can't take no loss. I don't need no